Hello everyone. Today I will be doing the 13th project in the Arduino starter kit titled Touchy Feely Lamp, which basically will be using a a wire as a sensor to determine the capacitance of, I guess, yourself. So basically you're gonna hook it up to a piece of foil, and then when you touch the foil the light should turn on. And that's basically it for this project. So let's start that. So this project is different because we aren't going to be supplying power from the board to the breadboard like how we normally do, but instead we're gonna supply power through from one of the pins. However, we still need to ground from the board. So, okay, so this circuit is pretty simple. So all it is we connect a LED. Yeah, so we're gonna connect an LED to the board. So, like so. Cathode side, the shorter leg, to ground through a resistor. Like that. And then we are going to connect it to one of the pins. The power. So the power is going to be supplied through pin 12. Like so. Oh, hello. So next, we will set up our sensor. So this one's going to use a 1 mega ohm resistor. So we're going to take from pin 4 to one end of the resistor. Like so. And then the other end will be connected to pin 2. Okay. And lastly, we will connect that end with a wire. Like so. And then this wire we're going to have touching our foil. So it's a little hard to see, but I have the exposed end of the wire in contact with the foil. So this will act as our sensor of how much capacitance, or how much this foil is conducting, how much electricity. And that is the indicator that we will use for our light to turn on. Okay, so now that that's done, pretty simple circuit, let's go into the code. So we have to do something a little different this time. So you can use Sketch. So this project uses a different library which we need to install. So click Sketch. It's not really showing up on screen, but there is a button that says Include Library, and then Manage Libraries, which pulls up another window. Let me see if I can get that to show up. This window right here. Library Manager. So what we want to look for is capacitor sensor. Capacitor Okay. Oh, capacitive sensor. This one. So we're gonna install this. Okay, so it says installed. So now what we will do is move right into the code. So we have this special library downloaded. So now we can include this library into our code and use the functions in the library in our project. So let's do that. So include capacitive sensor.h, and then we are going to use one of their functions right off the bat, or to declare something, and then we are going to use the function capacitive sensor with pins 4 and 2, so that's telling it to declare one of our sensors as the input from pins 2 to 4, or 4 to 2. So that's telling our board what it's going to be looking at to act as the sensor. And then we are just declaring some more variables that we will be using in our code. So threshold for our capacitance, and then as always we are declaring our pin numbers. So now that that's done, we go into our setup. So in our setup, we are going to just declare our pin modes and start our serial monitor. So once again, that's serial.begin 9600, and then next is pin mode. Pin mode, LED pin output, as we want it to turn on. Okay, and in our loop, we will use the typecast of long. So it's like a integer or a float, except we're saying we want it to use more bits so it can hold more information, be a larger number, etc. I should hide the second window. Let's see that. Anyways, so it equals cap sensor dot capacitive sensor 30. So what this is saying is our sensor value is going to be equal to, and then we're going to use our capacitive sensor that we've declared above to do the capacitive sensor function, which identifies the number of samples we want to read. So 30 samples is what we're going to be doing. So 30 samples to determine like the information of how much we are conducting. So next we will serial print this value so that we have an indicator to tell us for debugging how much capacitance is going through the sensor. So next we will set up our logic for the light to turn on. So this is a pretty simple one. So if the sensor value is greater than the threshold that we set above, then we will just turn the LED on. So digital write LED pin high. And next we will do our else case, where if it's not above it, then the LED will not turn on. We'll keep it off. And lastly, we will add a short delay just to make sure it runs smoothly in the loop. Okay, so with all of that together, that should be it for the code. So let's try this out. I'm gonna upload this and see what happens. So let me plug this in. Switch scenes here. So okay, I spelled capacitive wrong. Okay, that means I probably spelled it wrong elsewhere. Okay. Alright, let's see if this works. Let me open up the serial monitor and show that. Okay, so there's the serial monitor. Here's the LED. So now it turns on when I touch the foil. And do you see how that number goes up? So it kind of flickers, but so it definitely works as we intended it to. It looks like somewhere for a threshold, if we want it to just always turn, like instead of flicker, if we do like 500, then it will work for sure. So let's try and change that. So I'm just gonna go in and change the threshold value to 500. Re-upload that. And then we should get a, yeah. So instead of it flickering, it turns on. And then it turns off when I let go. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this project. Thank you for watching this video. It was a very short project, but there were a lot of cool and new things that I've never done before, so I thought that was pretty fun. Yeah, I had some issues with one of my ports, but that's been fixed with the restart of my computer, so hopefully in the next project everything will go smoother. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe, and follow my Twitch channel to catch my streams where I do these projects live. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.